Well, I've got to say that as camps go, that has been amazing. That just takes the biscuit. Welcome once again to Devon, and it's sunny and it's just great to be out. It seems like autumn has been really long this year. I'm sure it has. And for the past 2 months, my photography has been confined to the woodland. And I'm not complaining about that. I've just had a great time getting some of those woodland shots this year. And I've just got loads of shots. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you think, how many shots of trees do I need? And for some people, I know the answer to that question is, well, more, always more. But for me, I think I've just been looking forward to getting out and seeing some vistas again. And right now I'm on a bit of a recce. I've come here to Brenton Tor Church, which is kind of near North Brenton in Dartmoor, West Dartmoor, kind of not far from Tavistock. And do you know, I'm just really looking forward to this trip. And I've chosen a really cold day. The weather has been very, very mild all November and beginning of December, and suddenly it's going to get cold, and it's going to get cold tonight. In the meantime, I just thought I'd come here and have a little recce. So there you go. I'm going to have a little look around here, and I'll catch up with you all later. I'd like to come back here after dark sometime, not tonight, but on a dark night where I can just light it with some low-level lighting and some torchlight, and get some nice stars in the background behind it too. Well, that was really useful to come and visit actually. So the obvious composition is to the right up here, where there's a couple up there, and they were right where I really wanted to plant my camera, but definitely worth coming back to. 2 compositions that I want to try out after dark sometime. This is not looking good. I've had a big leak. Wow, this sky is really waking up and I am in the wrong place for it. So I think my leak is okay. I don't think it's affected any of my gear. Stayed outside of the backpack, which is great. So I just need to see if I can get somewhere to make the most of this amazing light that's starting up. So suddenly we've got this amazing light, completely unexpectedly, and of course I'm in the wrong place, and so excuse the all the wobbles there, but I have been desperately trying to find some foreground, and I found a gorse bush, but I've got a bit of wall coming up here that I might be able to use as a leading line to this fantastic cloud cover that's just coming over now. Oh, look at it. Oh, yes. Right. Something like here, I think. Let me be back a bit. This is absolutely what not to do. Don't rush, but I haven't got much choice. Right. Okay, settle down. I'm going to take photographs now, so back in a minute. Hi. You carry on. That was quite a sky. That was quite a sky. Okay, onward and upward. Got a big hill to climb. Well, good evening. That seemed to be a really rushed ascent because I was very concerned to get up here before it got really dark, and almost made it. Did end up pitching in the dark, which I prefer not to have to do if at all possible. But as you can see, the tent is pitched, all is sorted, and I'm about to cook a meal, which I'm very much ready for. Now, it's going to be a cold night. It's already cold. I'm very well wrapped up, and I have to say I think I'm pretty well prepared for this. Much better than I was on my first Dartmoor camp, where it actually snowed overnight, and I wasn't ready for that. And excuse the squeamish amongst you, but it was cold enough to freeze my pee bottle, so it was a properly cold night. I'm expecting it to be pretty chilly tonight, but I do have much better gear and much better preparation, I think, now than I had then. So this is one of my favourite meals at the moment, and it's the Merchant Gourmet smoky Spanish style rice. I keep that wrapper, and I'll use that to wrap up all of my rubbish, and then in with that, another current favourite is going to be some tuna chunks. Once I get my knife out to open that up. One thing I did want to say was just to remind people what the channel is about, really, and I spend a bit of time thinking about this over the summer, because it can be a bit all over the place, and the phrase that I came up with is that it's really about what it takes to get a picture. And on this occasion, what it takes to get a picture is to come up here on the moors in the middle of the night in December, when you know it's going to freeze, and because there is a chance that you might get an extraordinary photograph. Sometimes that means getting up in the middle of the night in order to shoot the stars, or really, really early in the morning, and sometimes it means travelling, as I have today, 150 miles and then 150 miles back tomorrow, just in the hope that you might actually get an image that you are pleased with. Right, enough waffling, and I'm going to get on and have some grub. Okay, it's about 20 past 4 in the morning, and I've been up now for a couple of hours or so shooting. I've got to say, I took a lot of persuasion to get out of bed. My sleeping bag was just really cozy, and I've got to say, this cold weather setup that I've got seems to be doing the trick really well. Anyway, I looked out, and I just thought, I can't ignore these clear skies, even with the moon. So I've done a bit of light painting with the moon on the tour. I've just taken some shots of Andromeda, as I wanted to try out something deep sky. But the fun games that I've been having there is it's quite low to the horizon, but it's all good. It's all good experience, and it's just really good getting out and using the equipment, because if you don't, you just forget how to use it, and you forget how to do all the setup and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's time to call it a night. All the batteries are running down. This cold really leaches battery juice. So I'm going to take a kip. I might do some dawn photography, we'll see. And give because you never know, with a little bit of cloud, we might, with the sun rising from the other direction, it might light up these clouds. And there's also a little bit of fog down in the valley around Tavistock area, so I took some photographs of that, and so we might get some colourful sky in the morning. Well, good morning. Dawn is approaching. That was a cold night, it got colder and colder. Looks like there might be yeah, a little bit of colour in the sky, a little bit coming. So sunrise rather is not for a while though. It's not till 8:05, so I've got half an hour, so it should start colouring up quite soon. It's probably going to look a bit boring as it is. I'm just hoping that that tiny little band of pink colour, slightly pink colour in the clouds, is going to expand. What's the time? It's 10 to, so we're 15 minutes off sunrise. I probably look a complete wally in all this headgear, but believe me, it's necessary. It's very cold. Just waiting to see if that colours up on the horizon. I've deliberately not included much of the sky because the rest of it is just really grey. Right, okay, back to stills. Wow. Okay, I have never seen anything like this before. Suddenly the sky has just lit up. This is the less exciting arrangement here. So, wow, we've got rain in the distance there being lit up by the sun directly, and we've actually got rainbows. There's a rainbow just on the horizon here. Look at this, that's amazing. Let's zoom in on that and just show you. Oh, wow. Okay, no more video, I've got to take photographs. This has been one of those moments where you think, I really don't know what direction to shoot in, because there's just everything happening all at once. Everywhere I look, there's just incredible light and incredible scenes. So I've just been firing off with the long lens, with the wide lens, and just the sun just glancing this tip or that tip of a hill, catching Brenton Tor Church over in the distance, and now Brackcross over here. I've got to crack on. Well, it's still -1, so it's pretty chilly. I can see rain squalls that are in the distance heading my way. So, and I think the best of the light has now gone. But I seem to remember last night saying, if you want to get extraordinary photographs, you've got to do extraordinary things. You've got to be in the right place and at the right time, and that means doing things like going out on a winter camp when you know it's going to be absolutely freezing and you've really got to gear up for it. And boy, have I been rewarded. Oh, I'm so glad I came out. Yeah, I can see some really heavy showers, so I'm going to start packing up, I think, otherwise I'm going to get caught out in it. Oh, I'll show you what I mean. I'll turn the camera around. You can see this really heavy stuff going on here, and do you know that might even be snow? It looks so thick, it might even be snow. So and there's other bits of this stuff around as well. It's really dumping something down over there, that's for sure. Well, I've got to say that as camps go, that has been amazing. That just takes the biscuit. Challenging in terms of the cold, definitely, but worth it, absolutely worth it. Look at this landscape, it is beautiful, and it just kind of leaves me speechless, really. So that's it, I'm all packed up, the site is clear, and no trace will be left, as they say. Wow, I have so many photos from today, I think, and last night. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with them all. But if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me on what, for me at least, has just seemed like an epic little adventure. I'm so pleased. And your reward for making it all the way to the end, of course, is the customary slideshow of my top picks from this particular little outing. So if you've enjoyed it or got something from it, do like and subscribe. And just remember that if you want extraordinary photographs, then you've got to go to amazing places at the right time. And sometimes that means doing slightly crazy things. Bye for now.